Hi guys, this is Rose from a Catholic homeschooling family, and it is Thursday, November 16th, 5:35 p.m. And what have I been up to? Well, today my baby Elias Ezequiel is 2 weeks old. Hi, mi Bella. Say hi.
I didn't find my ballet shoe.
You didn't find your ballet shoe?
But I found this weird-looking boot.
Oh my. Okay, that's mommy's boot that I haven't worn in a long time.
What?
That's my old boot that I haven't worn in a long time. Those are like my kind of like part of my winter boots. Put that back where you got it from. I need to take. So yeah, we need to take out all our winter clothes. We haven't done that yet. It's been hot. It's been 80s, 81, 82. Sometimes we get lucky and it's like 60. Not 60, but like 65, 66, 67. Usually in the mornings. But in the afternoons it's hot. See, I'm like no sleeves. So yeah, my baby's 2 weeks old today. We had to take him to his 2-week doctor appointment where they, you know, they stick the bottom of the foot. I don't know what that's called. But anyways, I know you guys, moms know what that is. But they check for like blood defects. I don't know exactly what that's for. But anyways, we did that today. And they also talked to me about his reflux. The good thing is okay, so all last week I've been running around back and forth from doctor's appointment to hospital appointments. Not hospital appointments, but like exams. So they did an x-ray, then they did an ultrasound, then they did an x-ray again and an ultrasound again, and they did blood work, and they did lots of stuff. So almost every day all last week. And it's Monday and today I've been going back and forth from to and from the doctors, and also in between their hospital appointments, or not hospital appointments, but I would have to go to the hospital where they would do those exams. And they actually sent me to the ER on Saturday because they were concerned that he might have something called pylori stenosis. It's basically a blockage in the system, because on Friday when I took him to do one of the exams, they saw that his stomach wasn't draining into the intestines or something like that, and it was like very delayed. And so that's why on Saturday, when the doctor looked at the labs on Saturday, she called me. And it's actually a husband and wife doctor team. It's pretty cool. She called me and she said, "I'm really concerned about your baby. You need to go to the ER right now and have them do more exams." And she gave me a list. I didn't understand what she was saying, but she said she would call the hospital, and then they did like a whole bunch of stuff. I'm with him on Saturday. And then on Monday I went back. They hadn't received all the exams. But then they called me and they told me that I needed to go back in. And I said, well, I'm going to have to go back on Thursday anyways for the 2-week checkup. And so that's where I went today. And the doctor, the husband now, told me that he reviewed the results. I guess they were, I don't know what they were. And he said that luckily it's not the pylori stenosis. Because it was, he'd have to have like pretty much emergency surgery or something like that, because it's a blockage in the stomach. So it's not that. And he said that he's not sure, super sure why there's a delay. Maybe it was just, I don't know, he'll grow out of it, I don't know. But he said to keep an eye out, and when he's 2 months old, we'll talk about it again and see if further tests need to be done at that time. Anyways, they did give me a prescription for Zantac, but it's like the generic kind, Rentulentine or something like that. So I've been giving him that, and I think it's really helping. I feel like maybe a miracle has happened, because all of a sudden, right, like even before, like the day before I started giving him the Zantac, it all pretty much all stopped. You know, in comparison to where he would be constantly throwing up, and sometimes he would choke on his vomit, and he would swallow it as well. And so those first, like, I want to say that first week was very hard. And now getting into the second week, all of a sudden, like from one day to the next, everything got better. And so either way, I did go back to the doctor on Monday and today, being Thursday. And so everything seems to be okay, I hope. I had a lot of people praying for him, and I prayed for him, and my children prayed for him, and, you know, my husband prayed for him. And, you know, the other thing that I started thinking was, I was thinking I might do a consecration, or pretty sleep deprived anyways. Consecrate my kids to Mary, or to Jesus through Mary. I just really started thinking about that the last couple of days. I haven't done enough like research to actually know how you do those steps to do that. You know, I know how to do it for myself, but I don't know how you would do it to give your child to Mary or to Jesus, or you know what I mean. So I'm like thinking, I'm like considering that, and I need to find, you know, the steps on how do you do it, because my children are small, and so I don't, like, they don't know how to read, right? Some of them. And so I'm like, they can't do it for themselves. They can't, you know, go through the readings every day for themselves or whatever. So I don't know. I need to figure that out. But, you know, I really think that that's something I'm going to probably end up doing soon. And then I have to think of a feast day that I want to finish on. So I need to think about that. And besides that, my husband's been running around taking the kids to their after school activity, and you know what I mean. We homeschool, so it's not really like after school activities, but evening activities, you know. So it's been really cool that God has blessed us enough to where my husband has a pretty good job, and he gets, you know, what is that? You know, I guess it's sick leave or something, paternity leave or whatever. And he does get paid for the days that he's off. So he's been with me, and he's been doing the bulk of the work, because when my 40 days of postpartum, I really take very seriously. I really only, you know, I want to rest, and I want to bond with the baby, and, you know, and that's pretty much all I really want to do. We have had guests over, but they don't stay very long. They just come, they say hi, they see the baby, they hang out for a little bit, and then they leave. So they're very considerate in that manner. They understand that having a new baby is very exhausting. And like I've said, I've been busy almost every day too, going back and forth from doctor's appointments to the hospital to run tests. And so that's taken away a lot of my resting time. But I'm very grateful to have a new little baby. I thank God and Mary and Jesus every day for all of my blessings, and for that beautiful new baby that I just received. He is a true blessing. He's actually very sweet. He really doesn't hardly ever cry at all, and he's even starting to sleep through the night. So I'm very excited about that. Actually, I think last night he woke up at 2. He kind of cried at like around 4, but he went back to sleep right away. I got up to feed him, but when I actually got up to get him, which was like 3 minutes later, because I went to the restroom first and washed my hands or whatever, he had gone back to sleep. And then so I was like, oh, okay. And then I went back to sleep, and he woke up at 6. And then I fed him at 6. Then he didn't get up again until 10. So I think he's like kind of close to sleeping for hours. So that's pretty neat. I'm very excited about that. And so I thank God and Mary and Jesus for that, because I've never had a baby sleep through the night this soon. And I'm considering that sleeping through the night, because my first boy, he would get up every hour and a half. That was horrible, horrible, horrible. But anyways, that's all I wanted to say to you guys. I hope everybody's doing well. I'd like to thank you for watching Catholic Homeschooling Family. God bless you all. Bye-bye.